Hey guys, and welcome back to It Adrian Thinks. It's me, Adrian. Today I'm making apple cobbler. I cannot wait to show you this quick and easy recipe. And I only decided to do an apple cobbler recipe because you guys really love the peach cobbler recipe. The double crusted peach cobbler recipe. You can check that out here. I'll leave a link in the description box as well. But this time I'm making a double crusted apple cobbler. So delicious, so quick and easy, and I can't wait to show you this recipe. So I'm not gonna hold you. Let's get to it. Apple cobbler. All right, so I have a half-size pan here, and I'm actually using, remember, because this is quick and easy, so I'm using ready-made pie crust. And for each box, you get 2 rolls inside one package. So we're going to start off with 2 rolls because we're going to blind bake this before we add any filling. So you just want to unroll your pie crust, and this has to be completely thawed. It can be cold, but it can't be hard like from the fridge. So you just want to roll those right out into your pan. Get it in those corners. This is the Pillsbury brand, but honestly, I've used store brands, you know, whatever brand you like, or whatever you can find at your local market. So I don't find any real difference in using this versus using you know, a name brand versus store brand, should I say. Okay, so you're just going to press that in along the sides. Okay, and then you're going to just take your knife and you're just going to gently just sort of cut through. Just like that. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Just be really careful. You don't want to poke through your pan. So if you've seen the my video for the peach cobbler, the same thing that I'm doing here, and I'm just going to close up that seam that we just made from cutting because I don't want it to overlap. Pie crust is very forgiving, so it will pinch. You make a hole, you just pinch it close, it'll be fine. Now we have a little overhang here, so I'm just going to cut that just like that. I just have a little bit on this end. Now with those leftover pieces, you're going to see that when we take this out from blind baking, it's going to shrink down. And that's okay. So what you can do to help prevent it a little bit, if you have pie weights, you can put your pie weights in here and like some wax paper and then put your wet pie weights in. You can use dry beans, you can even use rice if you want, but I never use any of that. I just kind of press it in along the edges to try to prevent it from shrinking too bad, but it's okay because even if it does, I have these extra pieces and we have enough dough that I'll be able to bring it up or however much it's shrunk, so don't worry about it. So this is going to go in the oven 350 degrees for 5 minutes. All right, I'll meet you back. And I'm going to microwave this until it's completely melted, and I'll be back. All right, so in this bowl I have 5 cans of Glory fried apples. These apples are so delicious and so perfect for making an easy apple cobbler. So to this, have that stick of Kerrygold butter that we melted. stick in a quarter. So I want to get all that. Just want to stir that in. About 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. And this is some nutmeg, going right in. And I have some vanilla bean paste. This is so good. 1 teaspoon of my vanilla bean paste. Little goes a long way. It's very concentrated, but oh so good. And we're going to add a little rum flavoring. Apples and rum. I say yum. So good. I'm going to add just a pinch of sea salt. You can measure that right in your palm. Can you smell it over there, eh?
Mm-hmm.
It smells so good. Can't wait to eat them. We trying to say all low. That's 1/2 cup sugar. I have 3/4 cup of brown sugar, very loosely packed. Just want to stir that in. Okay, I'm going to add some applesauce. This is about 3/4 cup. That's my little secret ingredient to my apple cobbler. And just stir that in. And I have 1/2 of a lemon. Just going to squeeze that in there. All right, so I have 1/2 cup of flour going in. And let's give this a stir and see if we need to add any more sugar or other spices. All right. I think that's enough thickener. Looks nice and thick already. So this is done. I'm going to set this aside and I'm going to come back to our dough. Okay, so our pie crust blind baked for about 5 minutes. And remember I told you it was going to shrink. And it's only doing that because we didn't have any weight inside the pie shell. But just going to take extra pie crust that you have. And you're just going to cover those areas where the pie crust shrunk at. And I'm just pressing it right into the dough and onto the side of the pan. Just like that. Do the same over here. I'm just pressing it right into the dough, just like that. And I think I'm good. I think we're good. I don't think I need any more. Okay. So now I'm going to pour our filling right on in. Pour filling, and just like before, instead of rolling them up, I'm just going to add little pieces. These are going to be like little dumplings throughout our cobbler. Just makes it so good. I've had a lot of people, a few people, I won't say a lot, comment that that was something that their grandmom used to do, or they hadn't seen anyone do that before, and they love dumplings. So I was so happy to hear that. It was certainly When my mom used to make apple cobbler, it was one of those things that I loved, was the dumplings inside the apple cobbler. All right, so I'm just gonna take my knife and you're just gonna kind of push them in. There's no particular science to it, just push them in. Because as these cook, they're going to puff up, and it also helps to thicken your mixture. So you just push them in. You can choose to make a lattice crust, or you can just make a one-sheeter on top, however you decide. But I do like the doing the lattice. And so what I do, I start by cutting our dough in half. And I cut it in half. Just gonna cut them into strips. And lay them across your apple mixture. Now for going the opposite way, you just want to bring them across. Now if you want to do this more of a traditional way, check out my double crusted peach cobbler recipe, and you can see how I wove them in. But this is a cheat to a lattice crust. So we're just making it look like a lattice crust, but we're actually not doing the work that goes in. But that's okay, it still tastes good. All right, so we're almost done. I'm gonna get an egg. We're gonna make an egg wash right on top. So guys, this is our cheat for doing the lattice crust. And so just to clean it up a bit, make it look a little prettier, just going to take your knife, or if you have a pastry tool, you can use that too. And you just want to clean right across take it right across the edge, just like that. All right, so that just cleans up our edges a little bit. Then you want to just take your index finger, or you can use a fork, and just kind of press the edge, just like that. And you want to do that all the way around. Okay, so I have 1 whole egg in here and like a half a teaspoon of water. And you just want to mix it up. And you could just use the egg yolk. You can use the egg yolk with a little dash of cream, like heavy cream in it. So you just want to get it mixed, and I'm just going to paint over the crust. It's going to give it a lovely Beautiful color. All right, now if you want, you can go over top with a little sugar if you want, but I think it's sweet enough, so I'm not going to put any extra sugar on top of here. But this is going in the oven, 350 degrees, and I'll let you know how long it takes to bake. Almost time for cobbler, y'all. All right, guys, she's done. Look how delicious. Ooh, boy. Can't wait to eat. All right, guys, you know what's next. Good taste. All right, guys, so this is really too hot to go into, but if I don't get it now, trust me, I might not have any to try later. So I'm going to go right on down, making sure I clear that crust. Getting my favorite piece here out the corner. Oh boy. All right. All right, guys, I had to get another spoon or something. Help me out here. Ooh. You see that smoke? You see our crust is cooked all the way through. She ain't pretty. She gonna taste good. And I'm gonna top it with a little ice cream. Oop. I'm gonna top it with a little ice cream right on top. Guys, look at that. Look at that. So guys, let's get to tasting. This actually baked 350 degrees for an hour and 10 minutes. Now that's in my oven. Your oven, I would say, just depending if your oven runs hotter or maybe not quite up to temp, start checking your cobbler around 50 minutes and just see if it's done to your desired doneness. Now for me, I like the crust to really start to pull away from the tin and really get done. The best part of the cobbler to me is the crust. So all right, I know. Let me get to taste them. That's so good. I gave Inga a bowl, guys. Are you done?
Yeah, a while ago.
Wow. Inga's finished, but that's okay. Guys, this is absolutely delicious. So definitely a must try. If you like the peach cobbler, definitely try the apple cobbler. Use those canned fried apples. You won't regret it. This is so good, so amazing. Listen, if you're not a subscriber, child, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, tell your family, your friends, your aunties, your uncle and them, and tell them what I'm doing in this kitchen, y'all, and what Adrienne thinks. Until next time, apple cobbler, double crusted apple cobbler, out. Cue the music.